to the Kearsarge Chronicle. I'm your host, Lynn Solomon. For the next 2 weeks, we'll be coming to you from the unique and beautiful condominium community of Lyon Brook in New London, New Hampshire. Enjoy beautiful lawns and flower gardens in the summer with spectacular foliage in the fall. Amenities are on site and close by. Grocery shopping, our first-rate hospital and doctor's offices are all within a quarter mile. We'll find out more about this amazing facility in this next few weeks here on TKC. On today's show, we'll meet Rhonda Tinkham, manager here at Lyon Brook. Main Street Bookends has an upcoming arts program this month. We'll hear about the Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust in this week's nonprofit spotlight, brought to us by Ledyard Bank. Donald Cox, Executive Director and Conductor with the Kearsarge Chorale, will tell us all about their upcoming concert, The Messiah, in early November. Home Care Matters presents a new medical finding for us. And we'll sit down with Roberta Hollinger, a big part of the activities programs here at Lyon Brook. She'll join us to discuss the special exercise classes right here on premises. Don't go away, because it's all coming up on this week's edition of the Kearsarge Chronicle. Welcome back. We are at the beautiful Lyon Brook Condominium community in New London, New Hampshire, and joining me now is the manager, Rhonda Tinkham. Thanks for hosting us.
We're pleased to have you here.
Well, it's a gorgeous day, and the facility is just gleaming. It's really, really a pleasure to be here. So tell us a little bit about Lyon Brook. It's really very unique.
It is. Lyon Brook is a 31-unit condominium complex built in 1986. And all of the units actually have 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. They have full kitchens. They have laundry hookup and so forth. They all have separate storage, and some of them have garages that are part of the deed to the unit. They have different floor plans, so there's a variety of floor plan options available.
And a little bit different sizes, I saw online.
Yes, there are some different size units as well. So it gives an opportunity for couples as well as singles. It's a good spot for downsizing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and everybody here owns their own unit.
Yes. So as such, I mean, you have the ability to decorate it in whatever way you want to, and make changes, other than structural changes, obviously, to accommodate your particular lifestyle.
Great. So. And then you decide when you leave.
Exactly. That's the big point. Because you own it, it's like owning a standalone home. No one can turn around and say, okay, it's time for you to move out.
Right. I think that's important. Talk a little bit about some of the social aspects you have here.
So there are a number of activities available here that people participate in. A lot of our owners and residents get together just ad hoc and play cards or have cocktail parties, things like that. But we do also offer some more planned activities. We offer dinners 4 evenings a week. And then we're also offering a Sunday dinner and a Sunday brunch once a month for each of those. It's purely optional. You sign up if you want to come. If you don't want to come, you don't come, and that's all there is to that. We offer inside trash collection, so you don't have to take your trash to the dumpster.
Nice.
We take care of that for you. Inside mail delivery, so that you don't have to go out in the weather. And local area transportation, and that's really a big one for folks.
Sure.
Because even if you still have your own vehicle and you're still driving, there are times that it's not feasible for you to drive, and we can fill that gap and take you where you need to go, shopping, appointments, and so forth within the local area.
That's super. Let's talk a little bit about independent living versus assisted living, because this is really independent living.
It is. We don't offer any kind of medical assistance. Although we do have staff on site during business hours, to help you with things that you might have questions about. We also have a handyman in-house. But you are certainly, as an owner, welcome to bring in whatever help you may need. So we do have folks here that have cleaning, people come in to help them, but we also have folks here who have medical assistance, either part or full-time, to help them be able to remain in their homes and age in place.
That's terrific, and they've chosen those providers themselves.
Exactly.
Which I think is a terrific option.
Exactly. We can give them information on providers. We keep a listing, but it's up to them to make that decision themselves and do whatever feels right for themselves and their family, you know, whatever their family feels is right too.
Terrific. Great. Great first overview. We're going to catch up with you in a second segment, and you're going to talk a little bit more about what Lyon Brook has to offer. But again, thanks for hosting us.
Well, thank you.
Take care. When we return, we'll get a peek in an upcoming event at Main Street Bookends, and we'll see how the Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust keeps our part of the state pristine and green. Don't go away. We'll be back after these few short messages from the businesses that keep YCN Your Local View coming to you. And now a look at what's wonderful in Warner.
The Warner's first art walk, and that's going to be November 3rd, starting at 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And the art walk is to celebrate two very cool things that are going on in Warner that weekend.
New Hampshire Open Doors is a statewide run event by the New Hampshire League of Arts and Craftsmen, and this is the first time Warner's really participated in it. We've assembled 10 artists that will set up their quote-unquote studios at the Upton Chandler House Museum. They have 10 rooms there just to show their wares and demonstrate what they do at that particular facility. So we have a children's illustrator, Lucinda McQueen, a wood turner, Gary Young, basket makers, Sherry and Bill Gould, a jewelry maker, Sarah Mundal, ceramic tiles, Susan Beer, and then Penny Corser, who's going to show the art of making maple syrup. And then we have two-dimensional artists, myself, Mimi Wiggin, Lorette Carroll, Denise Green, Jeremy Guitar, and Susan Parmenter. So we're all going to be setting up our studios in the Upton Chandler House Museum and have our wares there, but also show and talk about our art.
So the exciting thing is that New Hampshire Open Doors is going to be here in Warner on Saturday, November 4th and 5th. Upton Chandler House, as well as the gallery here at Main Street Bookends. We'll have Nan McCarthy, also local artist, set up here in the gallery. But the other thing that we want to tell you guys about is that we're celebrating New Hampshire Open Doors, and we're also celebrating the opening of a new art show in the gallery at Main Street Bookends. And that is going to be an art walk the evening of Friday, November 3rd, starting at 5 o'clock, going until 8 o'clock. So you can go over and you can have a reception at the Upton Chandler House, learn about the artists that are set up with their studios there. Come on over to the gallery at Main Street Bookends, where we have a new art show opening with the 5 artists that are being featured in the Kearsarge magazine winter issue. So the thing is we're going to have this art walk. Come to Warner the evening of Friday, November 3rd, and you'll be able to go to these 2 locations for receptions for the art show opening as well as the New Hampshire Open Doors opening, and it's going to be a very fun evening downtown in Warner.
Looks like a couple of great events coming up in Warner. And now Ledyard National Bank presents their spotlight on another local nonprofit, the Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust.
Hello, I'm Katie Blake, branch manager of Ledyard National Bank here in New London. Ledyard is a proud sponsor of our nonprofit spotlight segments, highlighting some of our finest local charitable organizations.
For 30 years, Osmond Sargent has been a leader in conserving the rural landscape of the Mount Kearsarge, Ragged, Lake Sunapee region, protecting 142 properties, over 11,200 acres in 12 communities. Osmond Sargent has protected land, created recreational opportunities, educated both youth and adults about the benefit of saving land, and built an effective and efficient organization. Our mission is clear: to protect this rural landscape today and watch over it forever. We live in one of the most beautiful parts of New Hampshire, and that is why it is one of the fastest growing regions of the state. Growth that will put pressure on people to develop more land, which will certainly alter the beauty and rural character of our region. Our vistas could look quite different unless we continue to conserve the land that is so important to us. Land conservation has measurable economic value. Conserved lands provide us with locally grown fruits and vegetables, productive forests, water quality protection, and a diverse wildlife habitat. Land protection ensures that our children and grandchildren will be able to enjoy the community character, natural beauty, biodiversity, and working landscapes that make our region such a special place to live. We thank Ledyard National Bank for this opportunity to spotlight the Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust.
Ledyard's tagline is plan well, live well. For more information on how we can do that for you, call me, Katie Blake, at 526-5605 or check out our online services at ledyardbank.com. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, Debbie. Don't go away. There's more to come on the Kearsarge Chronicle as we talk with Donald Cox, conductor of the Kearsarge Chorale, and their upcoming concert in November, Handel's Messiah. Welcome back. We're here at the lovely Lyon Brook Condominium community in New London, New Hampshire. And joining me now is Donald Cox. He's conductor with the Kearsarge Chorale. We're going to talk a lot about the upcoming concert, Messiah. Thanks for joining us.
So glad to be here.
Oh, well, thanks so much. Just tell us a little bit about what the chorale is before we start talking about the concert.
Well, it's a semi-professional people because a lot of them have a lot of experience and are fine singers. And it's anywhere between 60 to 80 people depending on the time of the year because sometimes winter people leave. But it's a very good group. We rehearse on Monday nights. 6 to 7 is section rehearsal, and 7 to 9 is the regular choir. So we are able to do some really wonderful work, not only solo work and unaccompanied work, also choral work with orchestras and piano and other things like that. So that's really what we're doing this time with a full orchestra with Messiah.
Full orchestra? Now
full orchestra, yeah, Baroque orchestra.
Oh my
Baroque
goodness.
Orchestra with the harpsichord.
Wonderful.
A real harpsichord.
Where do you find these people?
Oh, well, I guess like you, when you're out and about and you meet good people and make friends with them, it's fun to work with your friends. So I would call people for advice, and then I would find out what they're doing. And invariably, they're the ones that support me with the finest advice. And if I'm smart enough to take it, it works really well. So I have a wonderful friend who is an incredible bassoon player and works all over the place. Plays show after show in Boston. He's really busy. And I asked him would he like to be the orchestra manager. He said, "You got it." So he's gotten everything together for me. So he knows all these people because he plays in the pit and the orchestra with every one of them.
Wow, that's great. And then let's talk a lot about the Messiah concert because that's coming up in November. It's going to be at Our Lady of Fatima Church.
Our Lady of Fatima Church, yes, with everything.
And what are the dates?
The dates are November 18 and November 19. That's a Saturday and Sunday. November 18th, it's at 7:30, and November 19th, it's 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Nice, perfect. And you know, family may be rolling into town at that point for the holiday of Thanksgiving. So that might be a nice place to start off your vacation with them.
Yeah, we'd love to have them. We will be selling tickets because the house is limited. So we can't break fire laws. So we can only sell 300 seats per show.
Okay.
So once we reach that, that'll be it. But if they get the ticket, they're welcome. We'd love to have them.
That's great. Let's talk about the program because you've got some pretty nice soloists coming in.
Yes, we do. The first soloist is the soprano soloist, and she is a young lady who was born here in Springfield, New Hampshire. So she went to school in New London. She went to school at Kearsarge Regional High School, grew up with my kids. Wonderful young woman. She and her husband now live in Pittsburgh, and her voice is so spectacular that she's one of the busiest opera singers in that area. Yeah. And of course, I know her, and so when it was a chance to have her sing here, we got her here. The Chorale has sung with her before, and it was a marvelous success. Really kind of a step up. So she'll be here singing soprano soloist. That's Anastasia Robinson. Fran Stephen Putnam, people might know, she and her husband Jerry live in the area. Yes. She's actually from the Connecticut area, where she was very much involved with opera, especially in the New York and Connecticut area. And then they moved up, well, she moved up here when she married Jerry, and he is the proprietor of Cedar House Sound and Mastering. Yes, so he makes recordings for international people. And marvelous, marvelous alto and contralto. She'll be will be doing that. The tenor is Brendan Buckley, a young man who is very busy in the Boston area and Connecticut area, especially up here, and he teaches actually as the visiting professor at Plymouth State University, and also works in Boston as the resident voice teacher with the Boston Lyric Opera. Wow. So he's doing very well. And Mark Cleveland is a stalwart, wonderful, solid bass. He's been here for a long time. He and his wife actually live in Nashua. He's probably the most sought-after bass in Boston. Wow. And does fabulous work. Smart, good guy, beautiful voice. So we got 4 super soloists. I'll say. So the chorale is going to step up to 4 of the best.
Yes, that's great. That's amazing to have that all here, right, in a couple weeks. So we've got to get tickets because there's limited seating. What's the best way to get a ticket?
Well, let's see. That's a good idea. You can go online, and I know the information's there. The chorale members will be having tickets to sell shortly. Wonderful. I think they're ready. Okay. And they should be out. So you might, if you know a person in the chorale, check with them. Yeah. Or go online and double check. I know you can get tickets online at the website.
Yeah, so no, we have the website right up on the screen. Yeah. So good. Well, wonderful. Thanks for bringing us great music here.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for what you do. You really put together a wonderful kind of thread into the community that kind of holds us all together. Thanks. And I hope you know how much we appreciate you and the fine work that the cameraman, who can't be seen right now, does with the lighting and the sound and the preparation. Well, thank you very, very much. We can't really, there's no way except thank you.
We have a lot to show off here, so very pleased and honored to do it.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Don.
You bet.
Coming up next, Home Care Matters has a medical update for us. And Roberta Hollinger joins us to talk about the exercise program here at Lyon Brook and why it's so important to stay moving as we age. Stay tuned, that's up next.
Home Care Matters is presented by the Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice.
Today on Home Care Matters, the JAMA report looks at folic acid supplementation among adults with hypertension, which reduces the risk of stroke. I'm Jim Culhane. Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice provides health care and hospice services, allowing continuity of care and helping people to stay in their homes as long as possible. To foster this mission, we provide the most up-to-date information about healthcare advancements, procedures, and products.
Monitoring blood pressure can help identify individuals at risk for developing hypertension, which, if not controlled, can increase the risk of stroke.
Stroke is responsible for approximately 1.5 million deaths each year in China. Clearly, there is an urgency there to develop a cost-effective strategy to halt and reverse the upward trend of a stroke in China.
Dr. Xiaobin Wang from Johns Hopkins University and co-authors studied more than 20,000 Chinese adults who had high blood pressure but no history of stroke or heart attack. The patients lived in 32 communities across 2 Chinese provinces. Baseline folate levels were measured, and participants were screened for a specific gene that regulates how folate is metabolized by the body, and then grouped by those results. Within each of those 3 groups, patients were randomly assigned to receive a common antihypertensive medication and folic acid, or antihypertensive medication alone. Treatment and follow-up lasted 5 years.
The patients who received antihypertension treatment plus folic acid had a significant reduction in the risk of first stroke. In fact, the reduction is about 21%.
The study appears in JAMA, Journal of the American Medical Association.
We didn't find a significant difference between the two treatment groups in terms of frequencies of adverse events.
The benefits from using folate to prevent stroke were most notable among participants with lower baseline folate levels.
This offers a simple and safe treatment to prevent stroke, particularly in China.
Katharine, The JAMA Report.
For more information about the services of Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice, go to our website or give us a call. I'm Jim Culhane. See you next week for another Home Care Matters.
Welcome back. We're here at the lovely Lyon Brook Condominium community in New London, New Hampshire. And joining me now is one of their exercise instructors, Roberta Hollinger. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you teach Zumba here?
I do.
How many times a week?
Once a week, and they come right after their lunch.
Okay.
And meet upstairs in the community center, and we have at it.
Well, tell me why this is really beneficial to the group here.
I've taught lots of different kinds of fitness programs in the past, and the thing that I really loved about Zumba Fitness is that it is available depending on anyone's age, mobility, ability. And so when they invited me to teach a fitness class here, I thought, what better program to bring than Zumba?
Yeah.
It not only deals with physical health and longevity, but it also deals with social emotional health and mental health.
And we were talking off camera, exercise in disguise.
Exercise in disguise. They are so busy shaking something and moving something, they don't even know that they're actually working on their biceps or really working on the mobility, range of motion in their legs.
Right, and that's really important as we age.
Yes.
To keep active.
And these women are, and sometimes we get men, they come and they go, but these women are really my heroes. They really see and know the benefit of moving and staying moving and staying active. And they stick with it. They, you know, whether they come in, they might be a little logy or they might have some aches and pains, but they come, and no matter what, at the end of the class, they're feeling better. Physically and just their whole personality is feeling better.
It's important for the brain to keep moving, isn't it?
Yes, and so I do tell them they don't have to do their crossword puzzles at the end of the day. They are worried. They're not worried. They're concentrating on their choreography, on if they're going left or right. There's no right way. It's always left. And just listening and watching for cues.
Yeah.
So they're working really hard. The concentration is really intense for them.
That's terrific. And having it right on the premises has a lot of advantages, doesn't it?
It really does. I come to them. It can be a blustery, blowy day outside. Unless I can't get out of my driveway, I'm here regardless of snow. And if they are feeling maybe they'd like to stay in and take a nap, their neighbors come and knock on the door and drag them out to Zumba. And it doesn't
matter.
There's no hiding. Absolutely, there's no hiding. You can't get away from us.
That's terrific. Well, good. Well, it's a great community here. We've loved meeting some of the people. And
it really is.
It's a beautiful facility as well.
Yes, it is.
But you're one of the people that makes it that way. So thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Take care.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank our host location for these next 2 weeks, Lyon Brook Condominium Community. Built in 1986, Lyon Brook is an attractive colonial, 2-story building consisting of 31 single-level apartments, ranging in size from 895 to 1,280 square feet. Each unit is individually owned. Meals are optional in their cozy dining room, complete with fireplace, while their sunroom is used for a variety of social events and activities. The library offers a comfortable retreat to relax and read your favorite book. It's all here at Lyon Brook. Find out more by visiting their website, lyonbrook.com, or calling 603-526-6633. Home Care Matters has some information on thyroid activity. Vic Mazzarella, the longest-standing resident here at Lyon Brook, talks about his experiences in these lovely surrounds. Rhonda Tinkham joins us for part 2 of her interview on Lyon Brook and its many amenities. And Lou Botta, Emergency Services Manager with the Town of New London, tells us how we can all prepare best for the upcoming weather ahead. High school football is here. Tune in each Saturday night at 7 p.m. for our original Game of the Week, which features a new matchup of the best rivals in New Hampshire and Vermont. This week, we'll see Stevens at Fall Mountain. A special thank you to Larks and Nightingales for their assistance with wardrobe and to JL Hair Designs for makeup and hair. I'm Lynn Solomon. Join me again as we meet at the beautiful and unique Lyon Brook Condominium community next week at this same time for another Kearsarge Chronicle.